Hey guys, today we're going to look at writing two-step equations. All right, so hopefully you have your notes in front of you and you have titled it Writing Two-Step Equations. Before we write two-step equations, it's super important to understand key words that you will see in word problems so you can help pull out some of those important numbers. All right, so let's start writing some of those key words. Keywords you are going to see for addition, are going to look like the words more, some, and. I'll move my hand so you guys can see that for a moment. And then you guys are going to see something that looks like a one-time cost. And when we look at word problems, you guys will see what I mean. So add is more, some, and a one-time cost. All right, when we look at problems that will have subtraction in them, you will see words like less. When we look at word problems that will have multiplication in them, and when I say multiplication, I mean that there will be a variable with it. You will see words like each, per, times. And then you'll also see words where it says like times a number or twice a number, 1/5 a number. So we're going to write that down as an example so you guys have that to reference. Okay, then we will also see division and word problems. And division also will have that variable attached. I'm going to include that word attached. We can add that up here as well. You will see words like quotient of a number, and. So you'll see quotient of a number and blank. So when they say quotient of a number and 6, that might look like x over 6. And we'll see how that plays out with word problems. All right, guys, the last thing that we will see that's important is to figure out where our equal sign is going to be. And that's going to be when you see words like total is equal. You might also see is alone, or you might see was, because was is the past tense of is. All right, once you have that written down, let's look at some examples of word problems you are going to encounter on this grid. All right, so the first thing you'll see on this grid is translating sentences. So an example. You are going to see something like 3 more then 8 times a number is equal to 19. So 3 more than 8 times a number is equal to 19. When I translate sentences, my steps, my first step, I like to find where I can write my multiplication or division. So find your multiplication or division keywords. Well, going back to my keywords, I know that times is it, so I'm going to box it. 8 times a number. So I can write 8 times a number, like 8x. Now, I'm going to find my addition or subtraction keywords. Okay, well, I see 3 more then. And I like to box it in the original problem. So going back to my keywords, I know that more means add. So plus 3. My last step, I'm going to find my equals keywords. Okay, so I'm going to box it is equal to 19. So equals 19. For the purpose of this video, we are not going to solve two-step equations. However, you did solve two-step equations in 7th grade, so that should be a little bit of a review. So if you wanted to, we could then go ahead and solve. I'm going quickly because that's not the purpose of this video. But if you wanted to solve with me because you were feeling confident, I would be working on isolating my variable and solving. But like I said, that is something that you guys will take a look at next video. So if I just went too fast and went over your head, no stress. If you see that and you're like, oh gosh, I totally remember how to solve that, sweet, I'm glad you're feeling confident. All right, let's move on. Let's try another one. New example, same steps. All right, so here let's try 12 less than 7 times a number is 16. Okay, first step, find my multiplication and division keywords. 7 times a number. So I know I can write that like 7x. Step 2, find those addition and subtraction keywords. 12 less than, so minus 12. Step 3, find those equal keywords. Equals is 16. I know is equals is 16. And then yes, for the purpose of this video, we are not solving, but if you wanted to, you could definitely do that. All right, so that's translating sentences. Let's move on to translating scenarios, because this is a second type of word problem that you guys are going to see. I'm going to call them scenarios. You might think of these as more traditional two-step equation word problems. And these word problems are very similar to what you guys saw in 7th grade. So let's take a look at the first one. And I know this is going to be a lot of writing, but that's okay. You guys are sticking with me. So my first example, I want to buy a new pair of Nike shoes. And I know those of you who know me, I'm not a big gym shoes person, but I do rock some purple Nikes. Those shoes cost $90. All right. I have $10 right now. And I plan to save $5.50 each week. All right, so hopefully you guys have written my word problem. Our steps are going to be the exact same as they were before. So our first step is to find the multiplication and division keywords. All right, well, I see the word each. So I'm going to box 550 each week, and that clues me into multiplication. So 550x. Now I need to find my addition. Well, I have two numbers here. I have that cost, $90. That seems like my total. And then I have this $10 here. And it is very close to that word and. Here's that one-time fee I was talking about earlier. If I have a one-time fee, whether it's a shipping fee, whether it's just one thing that costs that, that's what clues us into addition. So I have my plus 10. Last step, I need to find my equals. Well, I have that cost that clues me into my total, so equals $90. There is our word problem. All right, guys, let's do one more example. Let's talk pizza. I like pizza. All right, last one, guys. I love cheese. I don't know about you guys. So I went to get some pizza delivered. I bought one bag of mozzarella sticks. I'm gonna quickly just say mod sticks. If you want to spell out mozzarella, you go for it. For $4.99. And I'm also gonna buy 3 pizzas. I have lots of friends coming over for pizza that each cost the same amount. And my total was $36.99. All right, we need to set up a word problem. Okay, first step, same as before. There are steps. We need to find our multiplication and division keywords. All right, well, I know that I had each in there. So those pizzas, they each cost the same, right? And I had 3 of them. So my 3 pizzas each, so I can write a 3x. Okay. Next step, we need to find those addition and subtraction keywords. I see that word and. And again, that's that one-time fee. I only bought 1 bag of mozzarella sticks. So and $4.99 Step 3, we need to find our total word. Well, they even flat out tell us my total was $36.99 equals $36.99. And again, if this was our next video, we would solve from there. We're not going to do that because you guys will review that in the next one. All right, guys, at this point in time, hopefully you have some keywords for word problems, translating sentences and translating scenarios. Go ahead and check your grid and make sure you complete the assignment that's in the folder.